Hey everybody, welcome back to the Crypto Mastery channel. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look back at an IDO that I shared with you probably a few weeks back now around Verve. So what I'll do is I'll also put the video up here somewhere. So basically it's an interactive streaming platform, very bullish on this, to seeing this being a strong contender with more utility and kind of payback for viewers and kind of, the creators as well. So I'm really bullish on this, strong investments for the short term, but also for the long term. And yeah, I want to take a look back at where you could be now if you'd invested $100, $1,000, and you'd got in on this IDO kind of early as it launched. What I will say is that none of this is financial advice. Make your own decisions, do your own research, because that's super important, especially in the market that we're in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you can get more of these videos moving forward. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's take a look at the Verve investment update. So let's start off by taking a quick recap on what Verve was as an investment. So I won't go through all of this because it's in it's in one of my previous videos for you to go and take a look at, where I look at this and share my thoughts in a bit more detail. Essentially what Verve is it's an interactive streaming platform that is on the blockchain that's been reimagined. So it not only gives rewards and incentives for the actual creators of content to share their content on here, and the tools are pretty cool as well in terms of creating kind of your own creator kind of NFTs that you can share with your watchers and viewers, but also it rewards people for actually watching content and engaging with content. So as a viewer, you're actually getting a reward for watching your favorite content and engaging with it, which I think is an exciting kind of prospect that will draw a lot of people to a platform like this. So since this project launched, it reached a high of, I believe, around 33x, and currently it sits at around a 29x kind of gain on your investment. So actually that's a very strong return on your investment. And if we look at its all-time high versus where it's kind of settled currently, there's not a lot of difference in that in terms of it being 29x to 33x. But let's say, for instance, if you'd invested like $1,000 in this at its launch, what could you be looking at in terms of a return on your investment? So these are really easy kind of calculations. Do I need to use a calculator? Probably not, but for visual purposes, I will. So, $1,000, 33x, we know is $33,000, but let's just do it anyway, times 33. $33,000. So for $1,000 investment, you'd have $33,000 right now had you invested in this at its launch price when it got launched. Even if, say, you were being conservative around this investment and you'd only invested like $100, you'd still be up quite a bit, right? In terms of your investment, $100 would have give you kind of $3,300, which would have been a really good, strong investment. And even if you equate that to pounds or wherever your native currency is, it's a strong return on your investment. Like where it sits right now, again, I'll reuse the calculation again, but if it's 29x currently, you'd be 29,000 pounds or dollars if you'd invested $1,000 or pounds into this. And again, if you'd invest $100 or £100 in this, you'd be up to what, 2,900 pounds or $2,900. So this one has actually performed like really well. I probably did expect it to get higher than 33x, to be honest. I think this is a really strong project, and I think this has got great utility that even other platforms like YouTube do not offer their viewers or their content creators. So I think this does have a very strong future. I won't sell my position in this. I'll probably hold on to my position because I do think this is a better long-term future investment moving forward, and I think there'll be some exciting things coming up in this space as we progress into 2022. So finally, let's take a quick look at Verve's kind of Twitter account, their social profile, and let's look at some of the news that they're releasing kind of currently. So really the biggest piece is they've had their launch. That was a massive kind of success for them. As I said, they've reached some really cool all-time highs. The next step for them is to release their staking. They've put some hints out there about their staking platform. I'd expect to see a fairly good kind of APY kind of coming out for this project as staking is launched, but they're also kind of alluding to be the fact that there'll be other rewards on this. So if we look at here, what's an amazing launch. We've got some exciting news to share. Staking is coming soon. And on top of the APY, you'll receive extra rewards. They haven't actually said what the extra rewards are yet. But obviously, I'm guessing they're going to want to drive more and more incentive to engage with their platform, to stake, to hold your tokens. So we should see some hopefully cool stuff coming out as the staking is released. So keep an eye on this. So thanks for watching this investment update. I want to keep these investment updates quite short, quite to the point. What type of gains have we seen since the launch, and what might your investments have seen you in terms of returns? What I will say is that, as I said, my personal strategy for this one moving forward is to really focus on having a long-term investment, to stake it, to gain more kind of the token through the staking and any additional rewards. But even if you look at this as a short-term investment, a 29x today or a 33x overall is a good return on a short-term investment, right? That then you can reinvest elsewhere as you move forward. One of my key strategies is always pull out your initial investment. So, if you've invested $100 in this, $1,000 in this, and you're already 29x up, why not pull out your initial investment? So actually, anything that you hold in terms of Verve is basically free because you've actually managed to pull out your initial investment from that kind of IDO. So again, thanks for watching. There'll be more investment updates in the future. I don't just want to share investments, but I want to kind of look at where that trends in the future and what might happen to some of these investments had you invested in them, good or bad, as we move forward. So yeah, I will catch you on the next video.